From having sex and getting killed by an animal to dying while having sex with an animal, to scarecrows, nipple clamps, and falling off rooftops, Fact Force 5 presents the 5 baffling ways to buy the farm while bumping uglies. Number 1. Grand Sex Auto. Everyone knows the Mile High Club, which means having sex in an airplane. But show of hands, who's heard of the Mile Per Hour Club? Minesh Parbat and Lisa Watling of West Sussex, England were tooling around on the highway at 1:40 a.m. when a drunken Lisa decided it would be a good idea to mount and attempt sex with an equally drunken Minesh while he was driving. He lost control of the vehicle, swerved into the median, and as he oversteered, crashed into a fence, throwing Lisa clear from the vehicle half naked and onto the ground, killing her instantly. Witnesses on the scene describe Minesh as disoriented, inebriated, and with his trousers around his ankles, his backside in full display. Number 2. When a man loves his poultry. Everybody loves chicken, fried, roasted, even boiled with a side of rice and greens. But no one loves chicken as much as Mr. Liu. His first name is unknown, which is probably for the best, but he's described as a farmer living in rural China. Mr. Liu was separated from his wife and living with his girlfriend at the time of the incident. After partying with friends at his home one night, Liu decided to watch a bit of pornography. Excited by the activity, Liu went outside into the cold, dark night and allegedly ran into the chicken coop adjacent to his home. There, authorities believed he relieved himself of his urges and, in the excitement, dropped dead on the spot. His live-in girlfriend, curious of his whereabouts, went outside to check on Liu and found him half naked in the chicken coop, tissues with semen strewn on the ground. Autopsy concluded that Liu died of acute myocardial infarction, a heart attack that they believe was a combination of Liu's sexual release and the cold night causing stress on his underlying heart condition. Let that be a lesson to all of you to never let your sexual feelings be cooped up. Number 3. Doggery Buggery. In late 2008, a woman from the Irish town of Limerick fulfilled a lifelong sexual fantasy that eventually killed her. The woman, known only by court documents as XY, began chatting with Sean McDonald, a 58-year-old bus driver she had met on an internet forum specializing in deviant sex acts. XY confessed her burning urge to McDonald. To help achieve her sexual fantasy, McDonald offered his dog, Mackenzie, as a sexual partner. XY arrived at McDonald's home wearing what authorities would later describe as an unusual state of dress with an unusual opening in the intimate areas of her pants. She then proceeded to present herself to Mackenzie the dog, to which he happily obliged. The sexual interaction must have triggered an unforeseen allergic or underlying reaction, causing XY to convulse violently and collapse to the floor unconscious, prompting McDonald to dial emergency services. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead just hours after the incident. Post-mortem examination showed no foul play and that she had died of anaphylactic shock. Later investigation revealed evidence of semen and other fluids in the body of XY matching DNA of Mackenzie the dog. Due to the sexual interaction with XY, Mackenzie the dog had become sexually aroused by a female worker at the government kennel he was housed in during the investigation, foaming at the mouth and with an erection whenever she was around. He was later put down as no suitable owner could be found for him. Number 4. I now pronounce you man and scarecrow. An Argentine farmer took his love of the land a little bit too seriously and paid the price with his life. Police found the body of Jose Alberto, 58, in his home in San Jose de Balcar, Argentina. There were no signs of struggle or foul play, but authorities reported that he was lying next to a scarecrow that he had altered to look like a female. Even stranger was the transgendered scarecrow was fitted with a 6-inch strap-on dildo. Autopsy reports were sealed for privacy concerns, but authorities speculate that Alberto died as a result of sex with the scarecrow. Number 5. An electrifying and erotic end. A kinky couple from York County, Pennsylvania took their wild sexual desires to a literally shocking climax. Police responded to a 911 call from Toby Taylor, who reported that his wife, Kirsten, had collapsed due to shock from her hairdryer. When police arrived and scoured the scene for evidence, Toby's story changed from that of innocent witness to active participant in what he later described to investigators as 2 years of extreme bondage sex. At the police station, Toby reported that he came home from work and met Kristen, who then walked into their computer room, took off her clothes and clipped electrodes to her nipples, then began shocking herself. Toby, hearing the commotion, joined in on the action and began administering the shocks to an eager Kirsten. After 3 or 4 shocks, Kirsten fell to her knees, and upon the last shock fell forward face first on the floor. Panicked, Toby called 911 and began administering CPR, but it was too late. Witnesses during testimony claimed that Toby had a long history of doing shock therapy to ex-girlfriends as punishment, in one instance shocking an ex for looking at other guys. He's currently serving a sentence for third-degree murder and reckless endangerment for Kirsten's death.